YouTube has changed my life and it could change yours too. Today we're talking about why and how that happened. Make sure you stay tuned to later on in the video where we're going to be going a little bit deeper, talking about mental health, addiction and overcoming challenges as a neurodivergent person. I'm Kath, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for being here. I started my YouTube channel for a very specific reason. So just rewind a little bit. A few years ago, I had been struggling for a massive part of my life with feeling different and not knowing why I was the way I was. I couldn't quite understand it. It seemed like other people found things easier than I did. And I started to ask questions, like I would go on Google and type, why am I always late for things when I try to be on time? Things like that. It would come up with different things about time management. Occasionally it mentioned ADHD. I didn't think too much of that at the time. Then fast forward to when our phone started listening to us, and I would go on YouTube anyway I love YouTube for like learning stuff. Like me, you probably enjoy researching things that you're interested in. I absolutely love learning about stuff. So when for example, I'm changing the bedding or cooking, I will listen to a YouTube video. So I've always used it for listening to things like TED Talks and just to learn more about the things that I like. I started getting videos coming up suggested to me on my YouTube for ADHD. And at first I thought, it must be a mistake. I didn't really think anything of it, to be honest. And then the more I went on YouTube, the more videos there were to do with like ADHD and autism. And at first I brushed it off. And then I started thinking, why is it showing me this? At one point, I think I watched a video and it was something like talking about how ADHD can be hidden in women because of masking and things like that. So I watched this video and then I thought, oh wow, that sounds like me. I do all of these things. These are the things I've been wondering about for years, and it really resonated with me. So obviously more videos kept getting shown to me and I watched more and more of them, and then I started to realise maybe I have got ADHD. With that information, I didn't know what to do with it because I'm very much into natural health and I have been for years. And my understanding of ADHD was that it is often managed with medication. I didn't really want to take medication, and I thought to myself, is there any point getting a diagnosis or trying to seek a diagnosis if I don't want medication? So I left it. Over the years, more and more things would come up. It's almost like there was a part of me that I felt like I was denying a part of myself by not knowing if I had it or not. I carried on like this for a while, and I will actually link a video at the end of what actually led to my diagnosis of ADHD and obviously to get on the waiting list for an autism diagnosis. But I just knew deep down, I knew I had ADHD, I just knew it. Some things I also resonated with autistic content as well. But at that time I thought, because of the way my traits were, I thought surely it would be more obvious if I was autistic. So I kind of focused more on the ADHD. Anyway, it got to the point, which you'll find out if you watch the video I will link at the end, that I couldn't not get diagnosed any longer. There was a reason why I had to get diagnosed. It was in support of my daughter and it just felt like the right time. And I got diagnosed with ADHD. After that, so many things, my life changed in a positive way. I kind of was able to go a bit easier on myself. And I don't mean that in terms of that I stopped trying with things, because I've always tried with everything and I will continue to do so. But I went easier on how I spoke to myself and thought about myself. Instead of being annoyed at myself for not being able to do something, or feeling like a failure when things don't go as I wanted it to go, I was able to give myself a bit more kindness and think, I know why this is happening, I understand why, and I just need to find a different way to do it. So it gave me that kind of grace to be able to find a new way and not be so harsh on myself. I got my ADHD diagnosis through Right to Choose, and I was already on the waiting list as well for an autism assessment. So in the meantime, those ADHD traits absolutely fit, but there was also part of me that didn't fit that, and it didn't fit neurotypical either. I was still dealing with traits that I couldn't understand about myself, and autism explained it for me. So just to fast forward to more recently, I am a late diagnosed woman. I was diagnosed with ADHD last year and autism this year. So all along I had both ADHD and autism, and that is why I didn't quite fit the criteria of just ADHD alone. I found out most of this information from YouTube, and this isn't to say I watched videos and then made myself fit those traits. I was already experiencing those traits. Those videos just helped me to realize what was the cause of those traits. Those videos helped me to feel safe. They helped me to feel less alone, and they helped me to understand myself more, and then ultimately led to my diagnosis, which I'm really grateful for. Having my diagnosis of AUDHD, autism and ADHD, has changed my life massively. I feel calmer than I've ever felt in my life. I feel happier. I feel more confident in myself, and I am actually learning to unmask, even though I'm not 100% sure on how I mask. I'm learning to be my true self, and that is massively because of my diagnosis, which again is massively because of watching YouTube videos. One thing I noticed as I was, over the years of watching all these videos about ADHD and autism, and they were absolutely amazing videos, most of the content was from the US or other countries. There was a few videos I watched from the UK, but it seemed like there wasn't as much out there in the UK about ADHD and autism, especially in women. So that kind of made me think, I want to give back, because other people helped me along my journey. These YouTube videos helped me, and I wanted to do the same for others. I decided to start this YouTube channel, Neurocath, and with the goal in mind that I want to help everyone, but I wanted a bit more out there for people who are like based in the UK and Ireland and things like that, but just because I couldn't find that much when I was searching for it. And also the diagnostic procedures are often different in different countries. So for example, in the UK, we have the NHS and Right to Choose, things like that. So I wanted to kind of highlight those things as well. Now we're going to go a little bit deeper, and I want to be real with you, because being real is really important to me. It's important that other people are real with me and I am real with them. That's a very integrity, things like that are really important to me. So I, like many of you, I'm sure, have experienced mental health problems in the past. I was 11 years ago diagnosed with severe depression, which I no longer have. I have had anxiety for pretty much my whole life. It has been severe at times. It is not severe now. I just want to also add that the depression I was diagnosed with 11 years ago, I am almost certain I had that from childhood. I did experience a lot of childhood trauma. I have had an addiction to alcohol in the past. Again, a common occurrence for neurodivergent people is to struggle with addiction, whether that be to alcohol, drugs, gambling, anything. We are more likely to become addicted to things. I want to make it clear that the things I tell you are my real experiences. So although I've obviously had my lived experience with undiagnosed ADHD and autism and now diagnosed, I have had real experience with depression, with alcohol addiction, and also with changing my life. That is the other reason why I wanted to start my YouTube channel, because I have done so much work on my mind. I got myself out of those difficult situations, of course, with the help from like counsellors, my GP when I was diagnosed with depression, with the help from others, but ultimately I did the work myself to pull myself out of it. I want to give that back to you. The things I've learned, the things I struggled with, I've learned so much along the way. I then, after healing a lot of my trauma, I've still got trauma I need to heal, absolutely, but I've healed a lot of it. I have changed my life massively. And after that, I then went on to get a qualification in life coaching. So I've been qualified in life coaching for a few years now. And I've also been training to be a counsellor. I have now just started my master's degree in clinical counselling. So I'm really excited for where that will take me. But my point is that I'm very interested in the mind. Like a lot, it's a common thing actually with ADHD and autism to be interested in psychology and counselling and the mind and things like that. So yeah, I'm very interested in how people work and how trauma shapes people and what they do in their life. I'm very interested in that. I want to give back to you, and I want to help you by teaching you the things I have learned. And that is the other reason why I wanted to start my YouTube channel. There are things that have been so I've been through some extremely dark times, as I'm sure many of you have too. And there are certain things that helped me more than others to get out of those dark times. So it's really important to me to be able to give that back to other people. I'm here to help. That's what I've felt like for my whole life. I'm here to help people and animals. And I just wanted you to know that that's my goal for this channel, is to help. And I want you to be able to resonate with me. And maybe I'm not the person for you. Maybe I'm not the person to deliver that message to you, because there are so many people out there saying similar things, but it's sometimes you connect with one person more than another. Maybe I'm not that for you, but for some people I am that. And I really hope that my videos can bring you value and help you to change your life in a positive way, if that's what you choose to do. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, I really do. And if you have found value in my videos, please like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm to put my videos out there to the people that they're meant for. Thank you so much. Bye.